Hello. Right, here we go again. Switched out to my 9070 XT. Gonna have a look at Doom, the Dark Ages. Check out 4K, 1440p, 1080p. Hoping for some pretty good performance, considering what we saw yesterday on the 5090. We'll have to wait and see. Do make sure to drop a like on the stream as well. See if we can try and hit 100 again. Eminence, yo, how's it going? So we'll quickly run through the settings. Weirdly on this game, every time I try and boot the game, I get like a weird notification telling me to update my drivers. And it did the same on my 5090 as well, but I have got the latest. At least on here, I've got 25... I mean, I can even look. That actually reminds me as well. Does this game have FSR4? I don't think it does it? I think it's probably through Upscaling, which I'll maybe try and sort out, because I actually got that sorted out. At least I thought I did, but I need to check again. It's a NVIDIA-sponsored game, isn't it? So it probably doesn't have it. See if I can actually open the overlay, because it doesn't look like it wants to open. But I'll run through the settings really quick. So 4K at first, we'll obviously, like I say, we will switch that down. We'll go through. Should hopefully, performance at 4K might actually be alright. But we'll have a look. FSR. Can we... Okay, so we do have native AA, so we'll leave that on FSR. We do have frame generation and stuff as well, so that's very good. But I'll leave that all off at first. So do native 4K. All the graphics set to Ultra Nightmare, so it all maxed. Obviously, like we saw yesterday, we didn't really see much difference with the graphics presets, did we? Not much difference between them. Rene, hello! Can I benchmark Hunt Showdown? I could do that at some point. I won't do it today because I'm going to play Doom. And I don't actually think I have Hunt Showdown installed, but I'll check it out at some point. I played that game quite a bit back in a couple of years ago. I haven't really played it in a long time. June beta. I did on Steam. What's it when you apply whatever? When you apply for the beta access, and I don't know, I've never got it, I don't think. What's the shortcut for the Adrenaline software? I thought it was Alt-R. But that's just trying to make me apply settings here. Is it Alt-R? I thought it was. I can't open the Adrenaline software, it just won't open. At all, which it does do that for me. Maybe, shall I just quit the game real quick? Quit to desktop. Let me just see if I can... I just want to see if this has... I'm thinking it probably doesn't have FSR4, but... Okay, no. Adrenaline's fully gone now. Why does it do this? I don't know if I'll ever be able to open it. It's like fully disappeared from even my... what do you call it? Like... tray? System tray? Alright, let's just play. That'll probably open maybe in like 5 minutes or something. It does this to me for some reason. When I go to Windows, I just can't open it, and you give it 5 minutes and it'll open. Rhythmic Echo, yo. So, oh yeah. Alt-R wasn't working for some reason. API, yeah, well, it won't even open on Windows for me. It does this to me, though. When I do this, give it a couple of minutes and it'll just open. For some reason, it's just... I don't know, does it do that for anyone else sometimes? Even when I go into, open it when I'm just on Windows from the start menu, it sometimes just takes like 5 minutes to open for some reason. Let's just double check the settings. 4K, FSR native AA. Just going from where we left off. Newest adrenaline is a little buggy. 25.5.1. Yeah, to be honest, it's done this to me on every version. I had the same issue on like the last... Ever since I had this 9070 XT with adrenaline, for some reason it doesn't always do it though. Sometimes I can just open it and it'll open straight away. But then just sometimes it either never opens, I have to reboot my PC, or it just takes ages to open, you just have to wait. But I had this issue since, yeah. Which, how many drivers ago was that now? Was it 2 or 3? I think three drivers ago. But in this area, look, getting about 55, 50, we got an average of 56, that's pretty good for 4K. Everything maxed out, no upscaling, no frame generation or anything. It's actually very good. Obviously, we do know this game, optimization-wise, is pretty good. So you see my, I'm going to reset the lows there. So at the moment, yeah, look how good these lows are. 0.1% lower 54 from an average of 50, well, 55 now, which is pretty insane. VRAM at the moment 12 gig. Power is maxed out. Kind of come to expect that on this GPU now. Will this possibly might drop a little bit if we hit some combat? I'll try and run ahead a little bit, so you might maybe see high 40s. We'll see how it goes. Definitely a little, you know, it's noticeable playing this game at sort of 50 FPS compared to what we had yesterday. It's quite nice playing this game at quite high FPS. How do we do this thing? How do I do that? Got some upgrades. Hold to purchase. Don't think I've got enough though, it was locked. Oh, wait. Is there... didn't I do this already? I do quite like the shotgun. Oh no, I did do that already. Can I not do... Can I not do the shield? Overclocking undervolting is a little more stable. I've not had any issues with that when I've tested it out. It's just the actual software itself. For some reason it's just quite buggy, but yeah, how do I do this? I need to put... Oh, here we go. I didn't see that. Can we smash that through? How do I do it? Boom. Here we go. There we go. So I'll play through it a little bit like this, then we'll check out some FSR and stuff. Oh yeah, okay, so seeing it dip down a little bit here, 49 we just saw. Still not terrible though, considering the settings. It's obviously not a 4K GPU, so... Not, you know, not terrible performance. I need to get back in the flow of this, really. Can I hit it from here? Oh my god, you can. 20 to 30 FPS. Yeah, not bad. Considering on the 5090, we had we had sort of about 80, 85 average, didn't we? So yeah, maybe like 30 average. It's 30 FPS off the 5090. So this is probably... I'll have to have a look on the 5080. I can't imagine this is probably that far off the 5080 as well. But it holds up pretty well. I thought maybe it would dip a little bit more in combat. Still holding a 54 average. Where do I go? Oh, almost fell off. Can I jump down that? What's that I'm hearing? Okay, so FPS dropped a little bit there, 46. Did you see that when I smashed all this here? I don't know where the hell I am. Okay, there we go. We'll see. I'll play through till we get a massive, huge combat area, which looks like up here we might have that. And we'll see how it does. Oh my god. .45 FPS, so it is dipping down a little bit. Still not terrible though. I would recommend you probably will want a little higher FPS, so playing with this probably do want to rely on maybe FSR quality just to make things a little bit nicer in the game, but definitely could do it like this. It's quite a nice game though to have a little bit higher FPS. But yeah, not too bad. I mean, lowest is 45, isn't it? Mostly still probably hold about maybe 50 FPS average in bits like this. Oh my god. That big boy. I don't think that's doing anything. Wait, where did my other machine gun go? I thought I had another machine gun. Can you only hold so many? There's two? Right, what does the green mean? Is that doing anything? I thought I had another machine gun. Do I just need to get rid of the shields? There we go. Wow, I took a massive health. Where is he? How is this guy still going? I'm stuck. I don't think I'm doing damage to him. It doesn't feel like I'm doing any damage. I'm still not quite sure what the green means. Does that mean he's got armor back? Damn it. Also, how do I... He has got armor back. How do I switch the... I've already forgotten all the keybinds. Parry. Oh, and that cracks the shield. Got ya. There it is. Rip his heart out. I think we did break his shields a couple of times already. I think it was just that last bit. So yeah, look. Probably the lowest we see here, like 47, it dips down. It seems to be the like fog areas, because we did notice that back when I broke the all those barrels. Or just the quite heavy lighting areas. Overall, not too bad though. Well, let's have a look. I mean, the only way to really gain FPS from a graphics standpoint is you have to drop it down to low, don't you, really? And even then, we only gained yesterday. We gained about 20 FPS doing that, didn't we? So it's not really... Like, look. Ultra Nightmare to low. We're gaining maybe 10. 10 to maybe 12, 13 FPS. Going from Ultra Nightmare to low, so there's just, like, absolutely no point in dropping the graphics, really. I'd say the game doesn't look terrible at low, but I think I'd rather just put FSR quality on or something than, like, drop the graphics so aggressively. And even then, it was still dipping under 60 at 4K low, so don't really see that much in games. But just really not, like, really any uplift at all for it to be worth it. I mean, look how many presets you have to go down. That's, like, insane. And there's, like, yeah, 12 to 13 FPS difference between that and that. That's just crazy. That's like 2 or 3 FPS per preset you gain. That's pretty nuts. So let's do... I do just want to have a quick look at TAA instead, because I know sometimes you do drop a little bit of FPS with that. Native AA. I know we saw the LAA yesterday, it didn't really make too much difference. It doesn't look like it's going to make too much difference here either. It might be like 1 or 2 FPS, but it's probably really not going to be that noticeable. What do we think of this game so far then? You think the game's a disaster? Why is that? For me personally, I think from what I played so far, I'm probably not that far into the game, but I do think I prefer Doom Eternal, but... Oh, wait. There's quite a few ways to go, isn't there? You ordered a 9070 XT for what, for $399? $339? Or are we talking about something else? I've just fallen off. Can I make that? I just jumped at like the worst possible bit. So yeah, I don't think TAA here between... Even quality, I don't think TAA actually really looks that bad, to be honest. But... might as well have it on native AA. Not much difference in FPS. Is this a secret area? What's the can I just run in under this? Yeah. That's easy. Bit of a shame that we can't play around with the ray tracing settings. It's just on, and there's no ray tracing graphics settings. You can't switch it off. Because it'd be cool to see it without. Am I supposed to kill these things? I honestly don't know. I feel like I normally do it and then this like disappears, but so let's check it out with FSR quality, which should hopefully give us above 60. Almost definitely. If it doesn't, that could be a problem. So FSR quality still at 4K. Got everything set to Ultra Nightmare still, so if I apply that, fingers crossed. There you go, 90. So that's quite a big uplift there. 20 to 30 FPS. Definitely going to be a lot nicer. Do let me know in the chat if this... Does this game have FSR 4? Because Adrenaline has still not opened for me. I might have to reboot my PC in a little bit to try and get it to open. I'm going to assume I don't think it does. Because it's... Is it an NVIDIA sponsored game? I feel like it is, but... Because it has multi-frame generation and stuff. But to be honest, I don't think FSR here, even though it's not 4, I don't think it really looks... It doesn't look too bad. It's fine, I think. No issues image quality-wise, and we're getting an average of 95, so that's quite a big increase of FPS compared to native. It's going to be a bit nicer to be at 90 than 50. 50 is definitely not terrible, but because the game's quite a quick game, fast-paced, it is quite nice to be at above 60. Even closer to 100, really, which we are getting there. Not really brought my power down, though. So that's 328 at the moment. So it's pretty much maxed still. It has FSR 4. It doesn't have FSR 4. So which is it? I'll have to restart and try and get Adrenaline to open. Because for some reason, let me check if it's open. Yeah, it's still not open for me. What is going on with that? It just doesn't work for me for some reason. I'll have to restart my PC, I think. I'm just Googling it. Delivers FSR 4 upscaling. Okay, so it does it? Shall we, if you bear me a sec, can I... What happens... Let's just exit. I'm going to try... I want to try and get... Just for some reason, Adrenaline... I might have to restart my PC. Like, it just won't open. It won't even open on the desktop for me. Every time I try and open it, it just disappears from the system tray. Can I... Maybe it's a task manager thing. Is it running in there and maybe I end it? It is in there. Maybe that'll work. Because it won't open in game for me either. If I Alt-R it, it doesn't open either. Let me try now. Does that work? Could it be because I've got MSI open? Does that mess with it? Nah, it's still not opening. What an absolute pain. Alright, if you just bear with me, I'm just gonna full reboot my PC. Maybe that'll fix it. Do I have upscalers or RTX now? What do you mean, what? Do I have upscaling on or ray tracing on? Well, ray tracing is always on. You can't switch it off. We did have FSR quality on. I'm just trying to... when we was getting 90 to 100 FPS, that was with FSR quality. Native 4K, it's about sort of 50 to 60. Average sort of about 55. I'm just trying to get FSR 4 overridden though. But Adrenaline won't open for me, which is really annoying. because it'd be good to have FSR 4. Although I didn't think FSR, even without 4 there, honestly, I thought the quality was fine. I didn't think it looked bad at all. So you could probably even survive without 4, to be honest. But obviously for testing, it'd be good to see it. Right, pray for me that Adrenaline will open. I can see it in the system. I see it in the tray. Alright, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Come on. Come on. I know, it did definitely open for me, because when I switched GPUs and DDE'd all my drivers, I opened it, and it worked. You have the exact same issue with Adrenaline. Sometimes you just restart the PC. Yeah. No, I know. I've been having this issue as well. Okay, nice. It's opened. Here we go. Here we go. Look. Whoo! Yeah, it's happened for me ever since like I got this GPU. Sometimes it works fine. Other times it just never opens. And I, like you say, I have to restart my PC and then it works. It's really kind of weird. How do I do this again? It's been a while since I was on this GPU. So to be honest, I can just show you, can't I? Oh, I'm not getting the FSR4 option. I'm not getting the FSR4 option. Does it definitely support it? Look, I don't see FSR4 override. Or am I going crazy? I don't see it. Normally it's up here somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, I don't see it. And I'm on... Is there a new beta driver? I'm on 25.5.1. Let me just check it's maybe not the whole thing broken for me. What games definitely have it? What games did we test? I know Last of Us Part 2 definitely has it. Yeah, look, it's here. This is what it should look like. Does the game not support it then? We know it's definitely... It's not my drivers or anything because it's got it there. And let's just check maybe God of War because that has it as well. And look, it's there. We have it there. How do I go back? We had this issue with Oblivion, didn't we? Yeah, it's definitely not there, is it? Maybe we don't have it then. Anyone else experience that too? It doesn't exist. Yeah, I did Google it and it said it did have support. Maybe it's just not out and maybe it's not released yet. Oh no, wait. Maybe because this game's technically not out yet. This is the like like it's even called the like pre-released version, isn't it? Could that be it? Maybe it gets it. Is it tomorrow the game fully comes out? It'll have an update, won't it? Could be that. I'll check. I'll have a look around later. It could maybe be something like that. We'll play. We'll just continue playing for now. Does not support FSR 4. Yeah, maybe it's getting it, but just not yet. Would maybe be my guess. Vulkan games. No, I know, but it says if you have a Google around, it says it's getting FSR 4. But it's fine. I think, to be honest, the quality looked okay to me anyway, so it'd obviously be good to have a look at it, but if we can't, it's fine. It won't get it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's I don't know what all these articles are then saying it'll get FSR 4 support. I'll have to have a read and see. Maybe it's just clickbait. Yeah, because look, even from this article here, new graphics drivers, AMD's new graphics drivers for Doom, The Dark Ages, and delivers FSR 4 upscaling. So I don't know. I'll have to. It might just be clickbait articles or something. I have to have a proper read and see what they mean. Do make sure to drop a like on the stream as well if you haven't already. I'll just get the stream. I forgot to open OBS. At least we cleared that up, though. We know it definitely doesn't have it at the moment. Can you see the desktop? Yeah. I'm just fixing it. Hang on, I'm gonna have to restart because the sound might be out. Just give me 2 seconds. It might be very loud as well. For some reason, whenever I restart my PC mid-stream, the sound goes out of sync with my stream PC. And that is very small. That's what she said. Right. Doesn't have support Vulkan. No, I know. I was referencing because if you Google it, there's a lot of articles saying it has support in the latest drivers, so it's kind of confusing. Like I say, I'll have to have a read through some of those articles later and see. It might just be clickbait. There might not be any validity to it. Right. Where were we? Just having a look. I think at FSR quality, weren't we? So if we just play through a bit more. Play through a bit more with that. We can drop it down a little bit and check out frame generation and stuff as well. And then we'll go down to 1440p, which is obviously where this GPU sits a little bit more than 4K. And okay, good. At least I don't have to start from the beginning. Low health. I've missed it. What a noob. As in, I'm the noob. Have I got to go back through this bit? Yeah. We need health. This ain't good. There is health. You can hear me, but no game sound. Oh. You should be able to hear it now. Can you hear it now? Yeah, sorry. I had it on monitor, but not monitor and output. I think that should work. That must have been quite funny. It was like ASMR. It should be alright now. Monitor and output. It was a nice chill Doom session with no game sound. Kulisevsky out for the final. I tell you, oi, I'm coming up to London, mate. 21st. You better watch out. I'm gonna be in London in my Tottenham shirt, causing absolute havoc on the streets. Dipping FPS is a little bit less in this bit, isn't it? We had about, in that other bit, getting closer to a 90 average. Had a bit closer to 100 in the other area. But definitely quite a good increase of FPS, I think, with just DLS FSR quality. And like I say, I don't really think the quality's that much worse than native, really. Hard to tell sometimes in a game like this because I'm concentrating so much on trying to stay alive. I'm not like paying too much attention to graphics and stuff. Am I going to have tea and crumpets? I'm probably the most least English person because I don't like either of those things. I like scones though. I'll have a scone or scone. I'd say scone. Bit of jam on it. Oh. Tea and crumpets though? No, I'm not about that. I don't like tea. I don't really like crumpets either. I don't even remember the last time I had a crumpet. What is that? Remember, yo, how's it going? Got all these down here waiting for me. When's the final? It's the 21st, next Wednesday. Pegasus with the 199, thanks, I appreciate it. What's the law with Doom? And Christian Doom? I don't know. Maybe someone. You mean the law of just overall of the game? In terms of story, I've only ever played Doom Eternal and this. I didn't even play the other one, so I'm probably not the best position to. I don't really know too much about the story per se or the lore. Maybe someone in chat can help with that. But thanks for the super chat. I'll maybe have a read through later, and I can maybe tell you tomorrow. When I test this at 8K. So did we want to also try it with frame generation for a little bit before I drop the preset down a little more? I think overall it feels pretty good there. 4K, everything maxed, FSR quality is pretty good. Where is frame generation? Let's see what we get with this. Never get into Doom 2016. Yeah, no, I've never not played that one. Oh no, have I crashed? No! Oh no, is it full crashed? Is it not a good idea to try frame I think that's full crashed, isn't it? I'll give it a sec just in case it's loading. That looks like full crash though, doesn't it? This is 4K, yeah. At the moment, 4K FSR quality with frame generation, but this looks like it's crashed. So I'm reading 211 FPS on the on MSI. This is crashed surely. Alt F4, boom. Oh no, I think I think the whole PC's gone. Okay, I'm on Windows. Wow, it's been a while since the game did this to me. What? The game's not even running, apparently. And, alright, we're going to have to go full end task. Let's hope it's, let's hope that's just a random glitch. A squadron, yo! How do you think after time VRAM on the 9070 XT will be cooked? Wait, what? How do you think after what time VRAM on a 9070 XT will be cooked like VRAM on the GPUs after mining? What do you mean? What, like using the 9070 XT for mining? How long will it take before what it cooks the GPU? Have I been invited into the Broken Arrow test? Beta test? No. What is that? I don't know. Is that a game? Well, I assume it's a game. I don't know what. Not heard of that game. Broken Arrow. Multiplayer open beta. What is it? Is it like what's that game? The tanks game? World of Tanks? Is it like that? Dude, what's going on with frame generation? Is that just like not a good idea on this game? It's crashed again. What? How am I going to get out of this? Alright, I think frame generation's a no-go on this. Anyone else tested FSR frame generation on this game? It's literally bricking my game every time. How am I going to get it off, though? Pegasus, you subscribed. Thanks, Doom Gamer. Thanks for subscribing. You think it's the overlay? I'll disable it. It's weird, though, because, I mean... to be fair, I used to get that issue with FSR frame generation and the overlay, where it used to... Like, MSI and Rivertuner, the overlay would just flash loads. Anyone else get that? If you switch FSR frame generation on, it just breaks my overlay, which... That might be the issue here. But I've got no other way to show you the overlay because on Adrenaline it won't get picked up on my stream. It won't get captured through OBS. So we might have to scrap frame generation. Let's just test it and see. I'll boot into the game, switch on MSI. If it crashes, we know it's definitely that. But we might have to chalk frame generation. Does look like it's that though, doesn't it? Weird, it didn't do that. Didn't get that issue. The video frame generation. Let's try it. I'll switch it. Switch the overlay back on. Because yeah, I could do the Adrenaline overlay, but it won't get picked up through OBS. So there'd be no way I could show you. I mean, we saw it hit 200 FPS, so that might be the only metric we're able to see. Oh. Oh. I mean, we're seeing it. 150? Oh no, it is that. Alright, we'll have to switch that off. But you can see, I think we'd get maybe about 150 there, so we'll have to we know that's going to be roughly about what you'll get if you're interested. Oh, there is an in-game overlay, isn't there? Good point. I forgot about that. All right. God, this is a bit annoying. Weird though. First time I've ever seen that actually crash a game. Frame generation with that. Am I gonna? Are you Brits gonna subjugate? Is that a word? I don't even... What does that mean? We're under domination or control. I don't think I've ever heard that word. Colonial America? England can barely survive, so I don't think that's ever going to happen. Britain's just about surviving as it is. So I doubt it. Unless you want the scones. It'd be like the Boston scone pie. Oh, that would break my heart. I don't care if you throw the tea in the sea. You can throw the tea in the sea, but if you throw the scones in the sea, that would break my heart. Steam FPS overlay. Yeah, we could do that. Only issue is it's just FPS though, isn't it? I'll see what the in-game performance metrics, because it does have that, doesn't it? We'll use that. And I do like the MSI because it's quite detailed. Normally not. Here we go. Performance metrics. Ultra Nightmare? I mean, yeah, go on. Crank that on. Okay. I don't know. It's going to be very small. I don't know if we can make that any bigger. We'll see what it's like with that for a bit. And obviously when we go without frame generation, I'll get MSI back on. Frame generation is on. I can sort of relay the performance as I see it, because it's probably going to be quite hard to... FPS is at the very, very top. It's quite small. But, oh my god, I can't even read that FPS. Well, it's changing so fast, I can't actually read it. Can anyone else read that? It looks like it's going between like 120 and 140 or something. It's like impossible to read. What is that? Oh, right. I think from MSI and that overlay there, yeah, I think we're doing about sort of between 130, 150. It's in between there. I'll have to try and figure out a different overlay for when I next play, so we can actually see it. Because yeah, that overlay is crazy. I'll go back around here again. Peter Prophecy, Burgos, Phoenix, thanks for subscribing. In terms of latency, I think it's fine. Can't tell any difference. It's not affecting my performance from a latency perspective. So if you did want to do closer to the 144, you could do that. At 4K, you just need FSR quality and frame generation. I think your only issues are going to be if you try and actually record any of the metrics, especially with MSI, it's probably going to crash. But outside of that, it looks alright. And then, what was it? I mean, we've got cores and stuff in there. Outside of that, it's just giving me all my settings, basically, isn't it? It's like an absolute sensory overload, looking at that. So if we maybe go back, we'll switch that off for now and we'll get MSI back on so we can drop the FSR preset a little bit. I wonder if it crashes through here though if I do it like this. Where was what are these other settings like? What's the difference? Oh, it's just is it just giving me what is it giving me extra there? Oh, okay, it's giving me CPU. Yeah, I see. Okay, cool. We'll leave that off for now, just so I can get MSI back on. try and get past this bit, because I keep restarting the game. Having to play through the same bit. It's probably the 4th time I've done this bit. Hopefully that... There we go. Is it going to crash? Let's drop FSR a little bit as well. And then we'll drop down to 1440p, because I haven't had a look at that yet. Should we maybe go performance? How's the FPS over 100? It was because we were... settings back there, we had FSR quality and frame generation on. This setting now is FSR performance at 4K with everything maxed, so you can still do over 100 like this. Doesn't appear to be any FSR 4, no. I do think with this setting like this, you can straight away notice everything's a little bit more blurry than it was before. Not nowhere near as sharp. Where's my shotgun? Have I lost my shotgun? Have I lost my shotgun? What? Oh, I haven't got any ammo for it, that's why. That could be a problem. So yeah, with performance, looks like you'll get on average 120. Like I say, you do notice the graphics. Things start to look a little bit more blurry. Not quite as sharp as with the other presets. Bit nicer on power as well, so it is coming down a bit, but we're still at over 300 watts, so it's still quite high. There's a map on here, isn't there? Yeah. So... Oh, okay, that's where we've got to go, is it? Did I turn off BGM? What's that? Nintendo Switch 2, yo! How is the Nintendo Switch? Wait, is the Nintendo Switch out yet? Number 2. Was it June? Was it June? This ain't good. Oh, background music. What was the... Did I turn off background music? No. No. What do you mean? There's music volume here. I've got everything maxed. I haven't touched any audio. $1440p. We'll have a look at 1440p in a sec. Where am I getting shot from? Natively 1440p with everything maxed might be... Well, we had about 55, so it's probably not going to quite be 100 at 1440p, but we'll check in a sec. It'd be close, but if you mean with FSR, then yeah, that'll be fine. I've got no... Oh, it won't let me shoot. I'm just getting shot at, and it won't actually let me shoot. Where have I got to go? Just jump down there. I'm just taking damage and I can't even do anything. What is that shooting at me? Wait, where's it telling me to go? Need maybe health. Actually, what the hell? Health's not too bad, is it? Oh, it's this guy. I forgot. Oh, that worked. Slow-mo it. So yeah, I haven't dipped up to below 100 with this. I do notice sometimes with upscaling my lows are worse, but in this game it looks pretty good. I think lows are worse than what it'd be in native, but they're still really good. So getting about 100, well 95.1% low, I'll restart them. But basically no stuttering at all, I don't think. Even when I played yesterday. Which is pretty incredible, because I couldn't imagine having loads of stuttering in a game like this. That'd be a nightmare. What's going on here? It's vibrating. What on earth? I've got 31 health. Does anyone else like my strategy of slow-moing it? Somehow works. Any other settings we want to see whilst I'm still at 4K before I drop it down? And don't say frame generation because that'll crash. I've got a sore throat. In the summer? Or is it hay fever?
Player is approaching the bridge to the Dragon's aviary.
Do I undervolt the GPU? No, this is stock settings, yeah. Oh my god. Almost went down there. 4K native AA. Yeah, I can do that for a little bit and then we'll drop it down. We did do that earlier at the start, but I can go back to that. And then after, I'll switch to 1440p. So yeah, FSR native AA, we've got everything Ultra Nightmare, 4K, 3840 by 2160. Bear in mind this, if you switch this off, you will drop FPS. Doing that, so always make sure that's on. So dip down to about, you saw mostly sort of 50 to 55 really. Some dips as low as maybe 46, 47. In some combat bits. Oh god. Probably not the best time to drop down to 50 FPS, is it? Critical health. That's not good. Need ammo, yeah, that is a valid, I'm dead. Would I like a... what? No. Dude, I'm never going to be able to kill that thing. How do I stock up on ammo before I fight that? Is there a way I can stock up on ammo? Because I do feel like that's a... I've got one bullet. There are areas you can go. I've got all that though. Did we pretty much get everything in this area? What's that? Is that another boss? Everything's set to low. Can have a look at that in a sec as well. But you're seeing about an average of about 55. But like I say, it can dip down to about 46, 47 at its lowest. And you get sort of high 50s at best, really, at 4K. So I'd much rather have at least FSR quality on if you're going to do Ultra Nightmare. The thing is that it doesn't really give you much FPS by going to low. Like, at all. That's the only thing. So even going down all those presets, it pretty much doesn't... It gave us, what was it, like 12 or 13 FPS? Look. It's gone from like 55 to about 68 here, 66. This will still dip under 60, which is kind of insane. So just absolutely not worth dropping graphic settings, really. How do I do this then? Anyone got any tips for me? I need health. Take it, mate. Take it. Take it like a pro. I need help. Oh, I've wasted the opportunity, no! Low health. Right, we halved its health. Does anyone like this strategy? That's all gone so terribly wrong. Oh, I want to use it. Yes. I'm so close. Finish him. Yes, boys. What if you restart the game after changing those settings? I can have a look, but we did do that yesterday. It makes no difference. It's just really poor, really poor uplift of FPS by dropping the graphics. But I can restart the game quickly now for you, but it will be the same because we did do that yesterday. Nightcraft, yo. Perfect time. Let me reboot, and then once I drop in, we'll drop to 1440p. But yeah, it'll be exactly the same. There's just basically like no uplift. Well, there is, but there's like 6 or 7. Was it like 6 graphics presets, and you basically gain like 2 FPS per one. So just like absolutely no reason to. I'd rather stick on FSR quality or something than drop the graphics down. But I'll hop into the game, I'll show you, it'll still be around 60, 65, and then we'll do 1440p. Keep running and shooting. Yeah, it wasn't actually too bad. Once, all you got to do is make sure you deflect those, like the green. If you get that dialed in, you're pretty much alright. Well, you have to drop out every now and then to get health and stuff, but what would we give this game out of 10? Give it a rating out of 10. Okay, world, yo. Is that another boss straight away? Hell no. Oh, we did one of those missions. Another one of these missions. Hope all is well. Yeah, I'm good. How about you? 9 out of 10. Sheesh. So, to be honest, this probably won't be the best example to give, because I think we'll get slightly higher FPS on this mission compared to the combat, like, on the ground missions. So we're getting 70 here, but realistically it'll be 60, 65 on like a ground combat mission, basically. I mean, you're seeing it dip down to 66 here. So the reboot is not really going to help. Yeah, it is still running on low. But you'll see if I go back, we'll give an example of this mission. So on low there, we're maybe doing a bit closer to 70. But if I go to Ultra Nightmare, again, it'll... Yeah, look. That's like a 5 FPS difference. That's even worse. But let's go to 1440p for a bit. Because we haven't actually even checked out yet. We're like an hour into the stream. And that's really where the GPU's at its best. So if we... Let's check the settings. So I'll go 1440p here, 2560 by 1440. Ultra Nightmare, we've got everything maxed. It'll be native, so I think we've just got FSR native AA. I'd leave it on that. See if it breaks the stream at all. It looks like it has, so just bear with me. Should be able to fix it. Okay, that should be good. So you can see 2560 by 1440 there. So we'll play through a little bit like that. Quite a big increase here, just on this mission. So we had about, what was it? 65. So it's almost doubled the FPS, not quite doubled it. Getting 120 average here. So that's a good... Was that going from... It's a good like 50, 55 FPS increase. Which is pretty good. So... I know we were talking about it earlier. We might be around at about that 100 FPS. This will be slightly less in the open ground mission combat, but yeah, we might actually be over 100. So I think you're right there. I thought maybe we'd be just under, but it seems like yeah, just be 110 maybe. Pretty good at 1440p. I'll keep playing through though. How do I dodge? How do I... Press dodge. Okay, there we go. You have to be in this like assault mode. So dip it under 100 a little bit, and this bit here at 101. So I'll keep playing it through. And we'll wait till we get to the next bit as well. God. Go on then. What on earth? How do I kill these things? Got ya. Has YouTube announced 120 FPS streaming support? No, not as far as I'm aware. To be honest, I mean, it'd be very difficult to stream at that, I think, on like an encoding perspective. I doubt we'll see that for a while. Using auto cannon whilst boosting will increase fire rate. Wow. It's not good gameplay. Yeah, I'm not so much a fan of those missions where it's like that. Here we go though, we're back. We're back now, so I think, yeah, we'll get just over 100, maybe some dips down in some heavy combat bits at 97, 96, but it'll definitely have an average of over that, or around about that. Everything else on the GPU, 10.8 gigs of VRAM, so that's come down a little bit. Power's still basically maxed, 329, so that's not really come down at all compared to 4K. Lows I think still look very good. Yeah, seeing it here, 97 FPS, so I think it's going to hover around about 100 is probably a good point, which is pretty good. That's about a 50 to 55 FPS increase compared to 4K, so that's quite a big difference. Almost doubles the FPS.
Noted. The flare is en route.
This engine doesn't seem to be optimized at all. How do you mean?
Assault engaged.
Why is my clock at 5,000 instead of 5,200? It's at the moment, it's at 5225.
Those ships are powering the force field.
It can fluctuate though, but it's at 5225 at the moment.
Arrived. The coordinates to the artifact are inside the city.
It's very janky, this mission. When it locks on. Oh my god, I'm having a shocker. That's like the Eye of Sauron, no? I see. Changing graphical settings should increase FPS more. Like we were saying, if you rewind the stream a little bit, it just doesn't really. Going from Ultra Nightmare to low, at 4K it gave us 5 FPS. It's not worth dropping graphic settings in this. Doesn't make any difference at all. On the wrong way. Have I undervolted the 9070 XT? No. No, this is stock. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit more ground combat here. Let's see how it does. Yeah, dipping down into the 80s a little bit, 86. So it can come down a little bit. So going to vary a little bit depending on where you are. It's a big boy. What? I thought he was dead. Does it have FSL4 from the start? No. No, there is no FSL4. Do let me know if the game's a little bit loud, because it's quite loud for me again. Look at this down here. Oh god. This don't look good, does it? Got no ammo. Game's a little loud. Yeah, I can't really get it right. It's just like the game is just like insanely loud. Turn it down a bit more. So yeah, in this bit, 80, 85. Let's maybe try out some FSR quality as well. I think as like an overall average, just 1440p native, everything set to the max. It might not. It might be just under 100. I think quality is really going to be. FSR quality is really going to give you over consistently across the whole game. What do I do here? Do I just jump into that? Yeah, that's it. Breathe fire into his mouth. That'll do it. That'll do the job. Yeah, it does have FSR. I've got FSR quality on now. It just doesn't have 4. You can see, like, FSR quality. We'll check out frame generation as well, but basically I can't have MSI Afterburner on. It'll crash if I switch frame generation on. Looks really blurry, yeah. It's definitely more blurry here at 1440p. It's going to look a little bit more blurry because I'm on a 4K screen. So dropping resolution down, it'll normally look a little bit worse as well compared to, say, a 1440p native screen. Power, yeah, it has dropped my power, hasn't it? Doing FSR quality. So we was at natives, even at 4K native, 1440p native, we were maxed out basically 330. It's dropping down. We're under 300 now, so that's come down maybe 30, 40, which is definitely nice. Rather than it using max, that will just keep coming down if you keep dropping that FSR. Preset, drop it down to balance performance, it should hopefully keep coming down. No. I can deflect the green, can't I? FPS as well, we've got an average of 139. So like I said, compared to native, it's going to keep you consistent over 100 with FSR quality on throughout pretty much the whole game. I can't imagine it'll dip under that at any point. Terrible idea. FSR 4 is a marked improvement. Oh yeah, no, definitely. FSR 4 is way better. What do we want to upgrade here? I do like that shield. I don't have enough. How much? I do have enough. And the weapons too. What weapon do I use? I do like that shotgun. still don't know. Oh, I see. A. Oh, that'd be good. What else do I use? What was the other one? Melee as well. Ellis, yo! VRAM doesn't look too bad either at 1440p 10. So a 12 gig 1440p GPU will be fine. Obviously we're fine on this GPU. Is that a key? Whoa. That's gonna eat through ammo like crazy. Big boy. Oh, okay. Well. Wait. I've got to deflect that, haven't I? I'm stuck. I can't tell if that's working. Oh, it is working. No! I didn't realise my health was so low. What other settings did we want to see whilst I'm still at 1440p? Should I maybe drop the... we could see frame generation, actually. I will just have to disable MSI, though. And switch it back on in a sec. We'll have to look at performance metrics. It's going to be very hard to tell, though. Where was it? So I put frame generation on. We'll try and decipher what it's trying to tell me. 100 and... It looks like it's crossing 200 at some bits. 160, 180... 180 to 200, I think, in that range, which sounds about right from what we saw at 4K. Dude, I'm having a shocker. Have a day off, mate. Jeez. You don't stop. What's the maximum texture? You can go all the way up, but we can do that back when I get MSI overlay, but it doesn't make any difference to the FPS. I think it's like 4096, I think. Yeah, I won't hang on too much on frame generation just because I can't really get that like great metrics from it really. Because I have to use the in-game because it just crashes. When 1440p? I'm at 1440p now. It should say 1440p on the screen. How did that get me? I'm dead again. I've got 8 health. Is there any way I can get health on this? This is like... This is like playing Black Myth Wukong. How's this guy not dead? He's done it. Rip his heart out. So yeah, I think you're looking at like 180 to sort of 200, 210 or something in that range for FSR. Let's get it off though, just so we can get MSI Afterburner back. So we can get much better stats going. What other settings do you want to see at 1440p? Drop the FSR preset down a little bit, maybe do balance. It's probably going to start looking quite rough at performance. If we drop it down a little bit, where are we? Go, let's go performance and just see what it looks like. 200 though, getting over 200 here. Definitely does start to look quite blurry though. And that saving is, yet again, the power's dropped to 50 now, so the power's come down even more, which is good. Definitely, obviously, more CPU. Just going to use more CPU at least, doing that preset. So we're seeing, well, 30% here. It was 50% back at the other bit. Oh, that's health. So yeah, you're seeing it start to shimmer, and you see this on the lighting here, like right here. Yeah, you can see it like right here. Can you see that on the stream? I don't know how easy that is to see. It looks quite fuzzy. Do I think ray tracing being a mandatory requirement for games is a good or a bad thing? I think software, like when you get like Lumen and Unreal Engine 5, I think I don't mind. I prefer being able to switch it on and off in games though. I don't like the idea that you can't switch it off. Because the whole thing really of PC gaming is you could sort of modify graphic settings to suit what you're running, you know? If you're hiding GPU settings and stuff, it's almost like console. Where, I mean, console's getting better at it, where you have the different modes now and stuff, but you're still like fixed to play it a specific way, if that makes sense. You can't modify specific settings and all of that, which I think is a good thing about PC, so it is worrying if they're like starting to like force settings, I guess is a bit of a worry. And just from a testing perspective, obviously it's much better if I can switch stuff off. Thinking of it from that perspective as well. What the hell's going on here? That's so loud. Why does this lighting here look weird to me? XT is better than a 7900 XTX. No, not really. Like, if you had a 7900 XTX, I wouldn't be getting rid of it for this CPU. So that's the performance, at least. Like I say, quality has definitely come down compared to when we had it on FSR quality, but we are getting... I mean, outside we had an average of sort of 180, 190. Here we're getting 170, which is still pretty good. Pretty good increase from FSR quality, at least. Bit overkill for me, because my monitor only goes up to 144 Hz anyway. So I'd much rather have the better graphics, not drop the preset so much. Where have I got to go? Stuck. XTX is 1x better. I mean, that's great. That's good logic. That is great logic. It makes sense. It does make sense. That's like when you get it with cars, isn't it? Where you have like the sport version, it's always like S. STS. You're like, oh, that's the sport version. Oh, we got a new weapon. Settings at the moment, but yeah, we've got everything maxed 1440p, but I've got FSR set to performance. Any other settings we want to see whilst I'm still at 1440p? We could maybe go back and go back to native and go low. We're not going to gain like a massive amount of FPS, but we could have a look at it anyway before I check out 1080p. As you can see, 1440p here. FSR native AA, so just the anti-aliasing, there's no actual upscaling. Graphics all set to low. I was going to show you, yeah, this. So I think it's there, 4096. It doesn't really make a difference changing that texture pool though. I'll show you. I'll get rid of all these. So you see me here at 100 FPS, 105. If I do the texture pool, where is it? But we did have a look at this yesterday. It didn't really make any difference. No, same FPS. So it's not going to affect your FPS at all. You can do it to the absolute max, 4096, but if anything, all it's going to probably do is increase your VRAM usage. So you can see we're at 12 there. I didn't quite tell what we were at before, but I think it was about 10, wasn't it? So it has brought that up. If I now switch that back off, it's probably the VRAM won't go down, I doubt, until I restart. Oh, it has gone down. There you go, 10.4. So that's probably the only difference it's going to make. So it's just increasing that pool size. So not an issue for us here. But for example, if you're maybe on a 12 gig GPU, we're at 10.4. So increasing that, it was just over 12, isn't it? So, but it's not making any difference to the performance. I need some water. Water. Did I check FSR on quality or native? I've checked both. I've checked both, yeah. This is with everything set to low. It's not going to make too much difference graphics settings wise. I mean, we'll do Ultra Nightmare at native. Doesn't really make too much difference. Okay, maybe about 20 FPS there. Maybe 15 to 20, so a little bit of a difference. Not huge. FPS really does dip down in this area, so you can get upwards of about 100 FPS at 1440p native, but some dips to about 80. How about Psycho path tracing? There isn't path tracing. Wow, that looks like fun down there. Can you not change ray tracing at all? No, there's no ray tracing settings at all. It's like permanently on. Oh, not this again. I'm gonna have to fight someone else. Pretty incredible though how I think when we saw it at 4K at least, I don't think this GPU is too far off the 5080. It's about 30-35 FPS from the 5090 that we saw yesterday. Where the hell am I? We got a 5070. Does it keep crashing, does it? I've not actually tried 5070. I have a 5070 Ti, but... Dude, that thing's always coming so far. And it's just the 5070 Ti. We can try and maybe have a look. I don't know if I'll be around tomorrow, but I can maybe have a look at that next time. But that's at native 1440p. I'll check quality quick and then we'll drop to 1080p. So FSR quality should give you an average over 100. We did see this briefly earlier. 150 there. So quite a big increase of FPS there with that. There is a little bit of a range on this game, depends where you are. Especially in some of the combat bits, it can drop quite a bit. What is that? Kick him. Another gun. I think games will be like that in the future. Yeah, I mean, it is heading that way because if Unreal Engine 5 is like that too. You have Lumen, which is like software based. That's normally... I think there was 1 or 2 Unreal Engine 5 games where you could switch it off. It's like, I think Fortnite you can do it in. Fortnite and the finals, is it? I think you can switch those off, but not like a majority of the time you can't switch that off in Unreal Engine 5. Well, this is a beefy shotgun. We've got 2 shotguns. It is FSR3, yeah. There is no FSR4 on this. God, I don't know if it... I thought that was the end of me. Let's have a look at 1080p as well now. So let's go back to native. Just see if it breaks. I might have to change the size of the overlay. Because I imagine 9070 XT, most people probably be at 1440p and then maybe 1080p as well. Probably less. There are definitely, I think, people probably use it at 4K, but I think that's obviously definitely less so. Gonna have to rely, you know, if you do want to get reliable medium to highish frames, you do have to use upscaling at least at 4K really. Unless you're happy with 60 or around there. I think it might have crashed again. Which is a bit of a... This game's crashed a few times today, isn't it? Doesn't seem to like that. Didn't like dropping it to 1080p. Let me reboot. I actually just changed my Windows res. Okay, so I'm at 1080p now. Let's hope that works. It should work because we dropped down to 1440p and it was alright. overlay is going to be insanely small now. It's kind of big. Almost 2000 FPS, oh my god. Right, 1080p 1920 by 1080. FSR native AA, so we'll do 1080p native. Should hopefully be quite good. Be interesting to see. One thing I did notice is on the 5090 yesterday, we were only really maxing the GPU to like 95%. On this, it's been 99% the whole time. Even I hope at 1080p it stays like that, because 1440p was pretty much stayed like that. And yeah, look, 99% again. So 1080p native here. Looks like we're getting another sort of 40 to 50 FPS again from compared to 1440p. So another pretty good increase of FPS. I'm going to have to do this bit again. As I reset. Smack him. I'm not even thinking here, I'm just running in. Get him. No! That's what happens when you just run in brainless. Oh, yeah, holds that GPU usage pretty well, 99%. I don't think there's going to be any issues there, especially with this CPU. The VRAM now under 10 gig, 9.9 gig. That's, I don't know, I mean, that'd be a struggle for 8 gig GPUs for 1080p. Power as well is still very high, 300 watts. That's still quite high for 1080p, isn't it? Maybe a little undervolt or something. We need. Alright, I need to lock in here because I'm just not even. I'm not even thinking. Where's my shotgun? My other shotgun. Boom. Easy. How do I get that? We need some sort of... There was a lift down here. Is there something that I can push onto it normally? Doesn't look like there is anything down here, does it? Yeah, it comes out the 15th, I think, doesn't it? On just in general. This is because I've got the deluxe edition, I can play it early. But the game comes out on the 15th. He's got a shield. I just like ran through the floor. This whole place is coming down. Still does drop quite a lot for 1080p though, like 120. Still comes down a fair bit. I mean, this area is probably 80 to 90 maybe at 1440p. You know what I could do as well? I could actually do with increasing my sensitivity. What's that under? Jack that up. I keep hitting my mouse on my keyboard. And then we can have a look with FSR quality on. Switch that on here. That was native 1080p just there. I've just switched FSR quality on like right now. So get sort of somewhere in the range of like 120 to 150, 160 at 1080p native. FSR quality here, we're getting over 200 now, so it's quite a big job. What's that? Can I land there? Definitely does look a little bit blurry. I can, yeah, we can switch. I'll have a look at XeSS in a sec. Normally, from previous experience, I do think XeSS looks better than FSR 3. Point 40p native or DLA. Well, we don't have DLAA because we're on an AMD GPU. But we did look at 1440p already, so just rewind the stream a little bit. But yeah, AMD GPUs don't have DLAA, it's just native, FSR native AA. DLAA is like a specific NVIDIA thing. Whoa. We gotta go. Oh, I missed it. There is another one. You do start to see the kind of fuzziness around like objects and stuff. Whoa! Whoa! How do I do this one? Haven't I got to block the Damn, I could be in trouble here. Any health anywhere? It's weird that FPS isn't higher. I mean, it is higher. It's just not as high as maybe the previous, like, Doom Eternal. I missed it again. you're going to go for this one, 9070 XT. Yeah, it's definitely good. I don't know. I mean, 5080 might be still very... I don't think it's that great for its sort of price. It's price to performance, and it's probably still really difficult to get. I honestly don't know. But this would be a cheaper option. Probably depends where you live, but... especially if you're more lean. I mean, it can do 4K if you don't mind occasionally having to rely on upscaling, but for 1440p, I think this is probably more than enough, and you're getting pretty good value for it. Yeah, you ray tracing's always on. You can't switch it off. Shippy, see you later.
Move into position.
This is a long old mission, this one, isn't it? We've got a big boy. Big boy down there. We got our brains. I see you. This don't look that great down there, does it? I'm just gonna have to... I'll fall off the map. Oh my god. That don't seem fair, really. I fell off the map. And it's put me, like, right back down. Health. This guy's got no arms left. Lead him to this. This one's not got any arms left either. What is that? Crazy. Any other settings you want to see whilst I'm still at 1080p? There you go, got that.
I'm headed to the chamber now.
Because I'm going to have to, I'll have to head off in a minute. So let me know quick what settings you want to see and we'll try and switch to it before I have to go. 440p native, stay over 120 at what, Ultra Nightmare? No, it depends where you are. Depends where you are and what mission you're on. Some areas it will be over 100, but some areas it will be below. Overall average is probably around about 95, 100 maybe if you take the whole game into account. It can dip to about 80 in some bits. In like big dense combat bit, it might be like 80, and then some other areas it could be like 110. Only way to stay over that at 1440p really is like FSR quality. You'll get consistently average over 100. You probably won't dip under.
How brave. Ignite the charges.
Do make sure to drop a like on the stream as well if you haven't already. We have got about 100 likes, which is good. Thanks very much. Is that the final boss? No, no. I don't think I'm anywhere near the end. How many chapters are there? I think there wasn't there like 20 chapters or something? I think. I'm only on 6. Is it 20 chapters? Anyone know? I wonder if I could... I wonder if it'll tell me on Google. Has anyone actually... Well, I suppose someone's probably completed it, haven't they? "22 chapters." I was close. Yes, I'm like nowhere near. Only at 6. Ultra Nightmare. I can switch back to that really quickly before I go. It might. Let's fingers crossed it doesn't crash. It might maybe make my stream go weird. Which I'll have to change it really quick. Is that what's the overlay? Make that a bit bigger. That'd be right. 4K 3040 by 260. We wanted native, did we? Native AA.
The ships are refueling, sire. We should be ready to leave as
Right
soon
about
as
that.
the cruisers are done loading.
Kind of somewhere between like 45 at its absolute lowest and maybe 60 is really the range. Average of like 50, 55 at best. More probably closer to being precise. Maybe like 51 or 52 average.
A new vault is being built.
Then let the Slayer guard it.
If what they say is true, then this is a part of our heritage, not the Makers. Valen, are you seeing anything?
No sign of activity, sir. Maybe he didn't survive.
How annoying is it to reinstall drivers every single time? I wouldn't really say it's annoying, but I just have to try and sometimes plan. So like if there's a couple of games I want to test on this, I'll stay on this for a couple of days just because I have to work. It's sometimes difficult in the day to switch because I'm at work. So it depends how much time I get off.
The Slayer now.
If I can finish at like a reasonable time from work, I've got time to switch the GPUs out and like wipe everything, but some days I don't have time, so I'll just like leave the GPU in and try a different game or something. It doesn't really take that long though. I mean, I've done it hundreds of times at this point. More than hundreds probably. That creature, whatever it is giving me like Jabba the Hutt vibes. that creature thing there, like robot.
It would appear that the Slayer no longer wishes to be detained here.
Shield power down to 35%.
Should we terminate his life functions?
This thing here is giving me Jabba the Hutt vibes.
His prized possession.
34.
So long as he has that tether on him,
33.
we can still have a hand in his fate.
32.
Sound the alarm! Prepare for battle!
King Novik, there's an urgent call from the Creed makers.
Lord Novik, a large horde is heading toward your position. We are launching the Slayer now. Please send forces immediately to ensure our safety.
Thank you, Bishop Creed.
By the gods.
Engaging reflector shield.
It's a massive force. 3 legions worth.
The hangar is blockaded, sire. No one can get in or out.
Wow, this looks good here. That's quite good with the lighting. But like I was saying, you're seeing kind of somewhere between 50, 55. Possibly it'll dip into the 40s on this bit. Where have I got to go?
All Atlas to defensive positions.
Marking the Hellgates now.
Just don't know why anyone play this in 1080p, 4K, 1440p. Wait, which one are you saying you would play at? It is quite nice, this game, to have, like... You don't need insanely high FPS, but... If I'm close to sort of 100 FPS... I think this game's, like... It is nicer than being at 50.
The Creed ship hasn't moved outside the combat zone.
Just because in those really fast-paced combat scenes, it's quite nice to have a little bit higher. But you don't really need competitive, like 240 or anything like that. Is that 16 gigs of VM or 24 gigs? On the GPU, 16. We're only... It's allocating 12.8 at the moment, but the total capacity of it is 16. I feel like this mission here looks significantly better graphics-wise than some of the other ones. It'd just be the lighting.
Weaponry deployed.
Here we go. How do I use that then? Equip. No, we want that. Equip that. Nice. FSL4 activated? No, the game doesn't have FSL4. FPS here dipping down like 44, 45. It's this area here, look. It dips a lot. Probably some of the lowest we've seen there, really. 44, 45. Yeah, VRAM 12.8 gig in this, bit power's maxed out still. Damn, I thought I could get up there. Might even dip down a bit lower, 43. That's the absolute lowest we've seen there. Lows, though, still look very good. 0.1% lower, 40, considering our average. Average is 56. I'll reset that. It's going to be more in the 40s on this bit. So, like I was saying earlier, you need to rely on FSR really at 4K a little bit. Depends where you are. How do I get up there? Why is VRAM's not a bit higher? No, Doom's like, it's pretty good for it. Even on Doom Eternal, it's not that bad on VRAM really. Maxed out texture pool. But yeah, I mean, if you do that, yeah, by default it's only like default is 2560. Still not maxing it out though, 14.3. So no, it doesn't run out of VRAM. We've still got a bit of spare there.
Took some damage. Slayer, we need
40 FPS now.
before we can clear a path for the lifeboats.
There are 4 more Hellgates.
So that's it, in the bigger combat area is definitely going to dip quite a bit. Yeah, it doesn't appear to max out the VRAM, no. It's only about 14.3 here. What difficulty? I think it's just on the middle. The middle one. Whatever that's called. What on earth is that? How much to get on the 5090? What, with these same settings? Probably double this. 85. Not quite, yeah, sort of 85. Not quite double. Wow, we are on fire. I need health. Was this a bad idea? Probably. Oh, we're in big doo-doo here. Definitely not as easy to do this bit on like 40 FPS. Is there an update? What, a game update? No. Game doesn't officially come out till tomorrow, so there might be an update tomorrow. But nothing today. Today you just picked up your Astral 5090, felt awkward walking out of the mail office with 5 kilo. I tell you what, if you walked around London with that, you'd get mugged. They could sense the weight of your backpack. Before you know it, you'd be getting mugged. They'd be like, yoink. To be fair, if someone nicked your 5090, they'd probably realise how absurdly heavy it was and just be like, to be honest, mate, you can just have this. I can't be asked to carry it. They'll give it back to you. Have you tried any games on it yet? This is native 4K, yeah. There was another area here. Yeah, there is. Another area here. Not sure which way to go here. No FSL 4, no. I have absolutely no idea where to go. Gonna get a 1200 watt power supply. Nice, yeah. I think I've actually. I don't actually even remember what my it's in my description. I think mine's 1200, isn't it? Yeah, I've got the Corsair, a Corsair one. 1200. Probably don't need it, to be honest. But at least you probably won't need to replace that power supply for a long, long time. You'll be able to get the 6090 when it's using like 800 watts. Oh yeah, we was going to do XCSS, weren't we? I forgot about that. We were going to do that a little bit ago, and I think I completely forgot. It's gonna. If I had to guess, like XCSS is gonna look better than this, because in most games it normally does. No upscaling at all. No, there is FSR, it's just not FSR 4. Yeah, so this is FSR quality. But I know I've done this before in Cyberpunk, and I do think XeSS looks better than 3 at least. Probably doesn't look as good as 4, but... You've even got, like... There's way more... It's probably equivalent... What are these settings? Is it ultra quality it's equivalent to? Yeah, you can tell straight away. It's just way sharper. I don't know if it's ultra quality or quality, though, it's equivalent to. So I think even this looks better. It's not, I'd say it's not a massive difference, but... In terms of FPS, it's about the same. FSR 3.1. I always thought FSR 3 was like not great at all.
Cache located. Seek out additional stockpiles.
FSR 4 is working correctly. No, there's no FSR 4. Game doesn't have it. What a shocker. Is that hell? Oh. Marcus, yo. Yeah, I think it's definitely got a bit better the more that I've played. I'm not a massive fan of the missions. You know, like there's that robot mission, and then the mission, I don't really know how to describe them, where you're flying on that thing. They almost feel like filler missions. I'm not really a massive fan of those, but... Stream looks amazing, thanks. Shroud is messing with his settings on a 5090 right now, low to ultra. No, I know, there's basically no difference with the settings. If you lower, you can go down all of the presets and you literally maybe gain like 10 FPS, which is pretty crazy. You're better off using upscaling, really. The notes mention FSL 4. There isn't any though. It's not available, so. So yeah, I think if you're not a massive fan of using FSR3, I think XSS is not a bad shout. Quality's pretty good. Oh god, what's this, another boss? Why have they got a health? Kick him off. Oh, is that the boss? Oh, this big shield, huh? Is it doing anything? It's not. What was the yellow? Yeah, that's not doing anything, is it? What's the yellow? Oh wait, that's the boss, is it? I think that is. Oh god. Oh, we won't use that for now. I'm gonna have to head off anyway. That's probably a good time to finish it because I'm gonna have to. I need to go. It's been fun checking this out though. I'll try and play for it a little bit more. I don't know if I'll be able to stream tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I've got work and stuff to do. But yeah, make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and you get notified when I go live. Maybe if I'm daring, we'll even try this out at 8K. Almost definitely going to need some upscaling. But thanks a lot for watching. Have a good evening, and I'll catch you later.